Today in our beaches there's far too much rubbish. We're throwing away everything.
You're ruining the wildlife and the sea life.
Whenever we litter, we're destroying animals' lives and our future.
We are making a project to show how much waste and what waste there is in the sea. We are decorating a boat with all the rubbish that would be in the sea and all the litter.
Because they just can't swim and they can't possibly breathe. So that's why we don't want all that debris going in. That's excellent. All that, beautiful. The sun's shining in it as well. There, I'm just
First of all, my name's Hazel Russell. I'm the secretary of the Rathmullan Tidy Towns. We try to work with school children. We do litter picks, we plant flowers, we do a lot of recycling and upcycling. Basically, we're trying to educate the younger people to have more of an awareness of their environment, waste, recycling and upcycling. And sometimes when you teach the children, they go home and take the message home to their parents. So last week's Clean Coast Roadshow that Elena held was just fantastic. And they were really, really enjoying being out on the beach and doing the litter pick.
Do you think the wet wipe is still the same, yeah? Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like,
It's
nobody
ridiculous
should
how much
Yeah.
rubbish there people leave. Like, we found a bunch of bottle caps, a bunch of like fishing rods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That like people just left.
Once a species that is not at home in Ireland start reproducing, we call it invasive, and it can create a lot of troubles.
So my name is Elena and I am the Donegal officer for Clean Coast. Now Clean Coast is an organization that's been around for over 20 years, so we just celebrated our 20th birthday last year. And it was founded as a response to the marine litter problem on Irish coastlines. So we work a lot with communities, with volunteer groups. We support schools, like today, for example, if they want to learn something. So it's really quite varied, and we're more or less an organization that works like mediators. So we work a lot with local councils, so local authorities, but also National Parks and Wildlife Service and different other organizations. So it's quite varied.
It's up in water. And some parts of it are plastic as well, and they're highly toxic. So they have a lot of poison in them.
When they learn it at a young age, they never forget it. And they really care, they're interested. For them it's fun, and I make sure it is actually fun. So what I don't want to do with kids is bring them outside and have another lesson. They have school, they sit down the whole day, so it's not supposed to be that. They're supposed to discover it. They're supposed to see it for themselves. And then when they find something, like let's say they find, I don't know, a cigarette butt or a bottle or caps, I can relate it. I can tell them what happens with it or how it might impact the water or the animals. And they really care, so it's a lot of fun.
This morning we were up in the school and we were talking to them more about maybe we could do an art project with them. So our plans now are to have a little boat. We're going to dress it up with marine waste and garbage and stuff that shouldn't be in the sea, and plastic waste, and that's the whole ethos of what we're going to do there. This stemmed from the mural that we did last year, that we did the bottle top art over at the far side of the town, where Murphy's very kindly gave us use of their hoarding so that we could do a mural there. And The community art project last year was all around that, and it started off with biodiversity and everything that happens on land and the detrimental effects of plastic waste on marine life and how far Ireland in a global sense was behind the rest of the world in dealing with climate action and marine waste. So this project with the boat is sort of following on from last year's.
Arts are so remarkable. They can just teach people something in a gentle way about a very serious problem. And sometimes things get too serious, and we all need to step back from it as well and just see what can we do. Because if things get too serious and if they get too burdensome, a lot of people check out. And that's understandable, because we get overloaded and we don't want to continue. And the way to step back is sometimes to play, really to play, to discover, to experience and have another language for it. So that's, I think, what art is for.
It's always good going to Rathmullan. So
yeah, well, I suppose it's always good going somewhere where you'll see you'll see a new angle when you're meeting somebody, won't you?
You will.
You could walk in here and walk back out again and see nothing but.
The Connecting Communities project is a cross-border social innovation project that connects groups up in Donegal with groups in the Causeway Coast and Glens under shared interests, shared needs, shared challenges. So the project is led by Rathmullan The Way Forward here in Rathmullan, and our partner organisation is Enterprise Causeway, who are based in Coleraine. So through the project we were able to link Rathmullan Tidy Towns up with Portballintrae Residents Association and the Coast Office there, who also were experiencing the same challenges around waste, beach waste and waste within the village. So it was great to bring both groups together under that shared theme.
I'm thinking, over here you'll get lots of bits of fishing line. So the likes of that put into this bag, or plastic bottles put into this bag, and the other stinky cat. I am involved here in the village with the Residents Association. I'm also involved here in the Coast Office with the Traditional Boats Project and stuff like that, and I'm a member of the Boat Club, so I've sort of my finger in a few pies here in the village. And a few years back we were invited down to Rathmullan, and because we run an annual swim here known as the Lady Florence Swim, so we were invited down to Rathmullan to sort of observe their swim. They have a polar plunge or something it's called. So we went down, and from then we've established a bit of a relationship with Rathmullan. So today we're really doing a sort of cross-community, cross-border environmental project, I suppose we would say, where we're going out today to pick up litter around our beaches and do a beach tidy, and also tidy up parts of the village as well. And I suppose our heart is really for looking after our village, looking after the environment, but also about establishing a good community in the village. So a lot of that coming down, giving of your time, connecting with other people would be around health and well-being as well. So there's a lot of little boxes we're trying to tick there.
And it just gets you out in the fresh air, it gets you chatting to people, you bump into people you haven't seen in a while, and you're looking after your wee area as well.
Tidy Towns is all about being proud of where you live, enjoying where you live, making it a better place for the residents, the visitors, ourselves, people who are here.
Biggest challenge is really to change behaviors for the long term. What really is making the change is when local people can adopt the place they live in. People who live in this place really know it best, and they can help it best.
Use the bins at the beach.
There's no point in littering, just stop it.
Don't throw rubbish on the beach.
It's not the bins, it is the people. Stop blaming all the bins. Stop ruining our beaches.
You're ruining the sea life and wildlife.
If you see rubbish, pick it up. Protect the fish.
Stop ruining our future.
One, two.